It's been a long September, if you ask me. It's been a good one, though.
Oh
Welcome.
yeah, September. What even comes after September?
September.
Good job.
How have you been?
An ant bit me.
I see. I got COVID.
Yeah,
That was a
but
fun.
listen, but listen. Consider an ant bit me.
I like ants. You know what? You know what? That's, yeah, that's pretty much equal. Maybe even
We
worse.
we just started talking about how an ant bit me for a whole hour.
Let's talk about ants. I don't know if I mentioned this like a few podcasts ago, but we've been having like an ant problem in my house. One morning in the ripe hour of like 8 or 9 in the morning, my father brings me outside. He's like, "Son, I need to show you something very important. The time is now." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, "I need to show you something." So he shows me this like little corner of our kitchen that's full of ants. I'm like, all right. Well, I know there's like a lot of ants in here, but like, where's this going? This guy shows me practically the giant like super passage highway of ants. He shows me a pathway that leads outside the kitchen doors into the backyard, through a crack through the back patio. And then he was like, "No, I was getting real crazy." He just started tearing up all like the backyard and stuff. And there was like this giant highway. It was like the I-10. It was insane. It was going crazy. Thousands of ants just leading from the backyard. And then he was like, all right, now they end over here. But we went inside and we looked in the kitchen, and there was a tiny pin-sized hole crack in the floor, and they were just piling out of it like an ant hill, just in the marble floor. We're like, what the hell? So eventually, the ants, they got smart. They made a passageway across the fucking kitchen, just bareback in the land. Then it led underneath a channel which traveled all the way to their main prize, the refrigerator, where they would get the crumbs from underneath it, or whatever fell out of it, bring it back all the way through the superhighway and back into the hole. But my dad stopped him because he had a flamethrower, aka a blowtorch, to blast them, and a bottle of super glue that he drowned the entire super passage highway hole in with. And they could they assumed they could go back in, but they couldn't. It's they concreted over. My dad concreted over the wall, so they were just stranded inside the super. It was like being locked in the bank vault, and that's our ant story recently.
So not only were the ants civilized, they started to industrialize, modernize,
Dude, they had like
and
a subway system, yeah.
and unionize.
They unionized, and it all went wrong because the giant god above super glued the entrance shut.
Did your dad glue trap ants?
Practically, yeah, and blowtorch them.
Uh,
That's a
like
menace.
imagine like in your day-to-day life, you not only do you get fireballs cast at you, but you get glue balled.
Yeah, like the fucking the Craggle is just blocking your exit from your work.
Those ants were your dad's version of bored businesses Lego City.
Dude, dead ass, yeah. It was insane. We had to put a stop to it. Then they brought in the reinforcements because a week later, right, waddling his fat, juicy ass across our living room was the first scorpion we've ever seen in our entire house.
Was it a barked scorpion?
It was a scorpion, like the ones you find in the lollipops.
Jeez, what color was it?
Just like orange.
Yeah, that's probably a
Beige.
barked scorpion.
Yeah, he was just hanging out. And my dad was like, all right, let me get the fly swatter. He went, and he hit that little shit into the ground. And
Okay, so
everyone's like,
your
you have
dad,
to
so
burn
your,
him.
da- okay, yeah, so your dad will bust out the flamethrower for the ants, but not for the scorpion.
Nah, dude, that thing was just crawling. He actually has fucking artillery cannons on his back. Oh,
Have
man.
you, have you really lived in that house for how long, and you've only seen a scorpion recently in there?
Yeah, that's what makes it terrifying. Because we're a silverfish household. Those are our main, like, little pest, our little beast we get.
Yeah, you mostly get the ants and the silverfish, and you don't know like how to deal with a new invasive species.
Yeah, we assumed it was either tracked into, like, a box or, like, my uncle who has scorpions. We don't know where it came from.
They usually just sneak in.
Yeah. We also did have a neighbor down the street have their entire yard ripped up, so maybe they unleashed the fucking Black Ops zombies onto us, aka the Scorpions.
Yeah, that usually happens when like their environment nearby gets torn up and they start scattering into random houses.
Yeah, that might have been it. Like, that's the only
Here,
one. It's been ages since.
here in our great nation of Nevada.
Yeah, like shit. This beautiful September day of Nevada. Good golly.
Do you think when September ends, the scorpions will hibernate?
I assume so. Then it'll be finally beanie weather, which I'm very excited for because they can't knock how hard my fits are getting these days.
Well, you'd still have to wait another month before beanie season according to your standards.
That's true. It has been very hot. I tried to wear a jacket today and I looked cool as fuck, but it was also hot as fuck.
I hate the weather recently because it was like in the 70s and it was starting to go down and get cooler, but now
Hmm.
it's starting to spike back up. It was like
Yeah,
the highest was like 90 today.
weird, huh? Yeah, it was getting hot. My allergies were kicking my ass today for some reason.
Dude, oh my god, I thought I was safe. Okay, so for some reason my school has been like painstakingly doing the landscaping these like past few weeks.
Oh no.
So the sprinklers are always on. They always have the guys with the lawnmowers out there cutting the grass.
Mhm.
The pollen is so bad that I can
Oh,
see it in the air when I'm walking to class.
you just got like a big green fart haze. Oh,
But this whole time, like, I haven't been having any, like, allergic reactions, so I thought, oh, maybe I built up an immunity or something.
yeah.
But today, I was outside with the dogs, and if you didn't know, dogs shed. They shed
Oh,
hair.
no.
I can already feel my nose getting kind of stuffy, but I may not have the full consequences until tomorrow or the next day.
Dear Lord. That's terrifying. I hate that that calm before the storm. Like like you're either gonna get allergies the next day or you're gonna get sick the next day. It's like fuck. That's how I was
And
recently.
oh yeah, you want to talk about that minuscule cold you had?
Yeah, so recently I had a cold. Uh, I must have picked it up from this film shoot I was working on, which I'd also like to talk about because it's been a while since I've been able to do this podcast. We've been sitting around here in the desert for a little while. I've had to do we have had to go on our own recon missions, but holy shit. Anyways, I got a cold. And the first day, sore throat. I'm like, all right, that could either be acid reflux from the food I ate yesterday, or maybe a little cold. You know, it's 2023. COVID ain't that bad. Yeah,
It's
it's
it it's
it's a
still
little low.
around, but not as big a problem as we had to worry about
Yeah,
before.
it's become more like a common flu nowadays, which sucks ass if you ask me. There's two fucking flavors to choose from, but you know
It'll
what? That's all right.
those flavors are either it'll kill you or it won't kill you. No in between.
Right. But this one was unique. So first day, I'm feeling all right. I went to class. I went to see a fucking film crew. I wore a helmet and I breathed into, and then I let the actor put it on and breathe into. Yikes. All right. Because I'm a prop and costume production, whatever the heck I am. I'm a jack of all trades if you ask me. But yeah, rehearsal day. Next day, I'm like, oh, it's got a little kick. I ain't feeling so good.
Why
I,
is it spicy?
why is it spicy? I was getting a little kick from that shit, but nothing too crazy. I was feeling a little warm. I couldn't sleep really that well, but you know what? I think I have a cold. Next day, all right, I feel slightly worse. I think I'm feeling the cold now. I got yucky. I got a mask on. I'm not leaving my room, thankfully. Either way, I don't want to get my house sick. I'm sitting in there, and I will say, it sucks being in your room. It sucks just staying in your room for this long, because, like, I really didn't want to risk it, so I just practically didn't leave my room at all. Like, my room looked like a fucking hoarder's house, because I had fucking at least 20 bowls and plates stacked in my room by the end of it, and it was disgusting.
You had the whole kitchen in there.
I had every single cup in the house in my room, dead ass. Because I was thirsty, you know. I got to drink Wawa, you know, to get the cold out. All right, things are getting a little serious. Because you know what the 27th was? The FNAF movie day. Boy, I'm excited. And our friend's Halloween party. I love Halloween. Yeah. All right. I'm like, all right. I'm feeling a little better now. I still kind of feel like I have that like end of cold yuckiness, you know, that kind of like after effect, you know, the fucking cough and the sniffles, but like you could still kind of function if you can force yourself to, which I was gonna the 27th. So, you know, I wake up, you know, the 27th. I'm like, all right, I feel pretty damn good. I feel pretty good. And, you know, I'm gonna drive you, Sophia. And I'd like to, you know, you never did respond to my message, but I wrote you that morning. I was like, hey, I'm feeling kind of yucky, but like, I can probably still function. Not sure if I'm still sick, but do you feel comfortable with me driving you and shit?
And then say why I didn't respond to those questions.
So Sophia doesn't respond. I'm like, well, we have a couple COVID tests around. Let me get myself a instant fucking positive. Instantly fucking positive. I'm like, oh, and I've never tested positive one of those fucking COVID tests. I'm like, holy shit. So I wait an hour. I'm like, oh my god, double fucking positive. I write Sophia after all these beautifully long carrying messages. I'm like, scrap that. I got COVID.
Okay, see, I think I'm trying to remember the times because I think we were supposed to leave at like 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah, the party was at 2, or the
But
movie was at 2.
yeah, the movie was around 2. So around then, you were texting me at like 10 in the morning and I was still asleep. So
Yeah,
I didn't see those messages until I woke up after you texted me, never mind, it's COVID.
yeah. So yeah, that sucked. So I was like, fucking hell, I got COVID, and this is great because everyone in my family's over. My grandma's over right now.
Around Halloween season.
Around Halloween season. And I was supposed to go camping Saturday, which hit me like a fucking train because I really wanted to go. We're gonna go up to
It,
the fucking Nevada mountains.
it was like a Slumdog Millionaire kind of situation where like a flashback of like every single event you have to cancel just goes through your mind.
And it was fucking terrifying because like it was a week, you know, before big things, aka fucking two massive films I had to work on that fucking next week. I was like, all right, things are getting serious because I'm gonna be testing positive for a hot minute. Oh my god, I never even told you the fucking end of it. So, anyways, Sophia, tell me about your FNAF day, and then I'll continue on with my film adventures.
Okay, so it was kind of crazy because I was still kind of expecting you to give me a ride because you're like my go-to guy when it comes to a ride.
I got the wheels. I got the dude. I got air in my tires today. They were practically flat. Get air in your tires, kids. Mine was at 19 psi. You're supposed to have 20, or you're supposed to have 40.
So
Anyways,
I woke up, saw your texts, and was like, shit. So I texted my stepdad and asked him if he would take me, and he said, okay, I'll text you later. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, thank God.
yeah.
So I went in the bathroom to go take a shower, but then
Says,
he
can I have
called.
Steve's chicken?
He wanted to go see the FNAF movie.
Yeah.
No interest at all, and this is the first time.
Yep. He's like, you know what? I want to see that FNAF shit you're talking about.
That was the trade-off.
Yeah.
No, no, no. He does the thing where he's like, okay, but you have to take your brother.
You have to take little fucking Pablo with you.
To take Pablo with me.
Oh,
Okay,
little Mario.
so I had my hair tied up and I was about to jump in the shower, but then he called me and told me that he couldn't take me because he got called back into work.
Fucking hell.
So,
I felt so fucking bad during this, by the way. I was like, I failed everyone! Uh, I hope that didn't get in the call.
what was shit, what's the thing from Dexter's Lab? I have failed you when he's standing at the poster.
Yeah, like Newton or some shit.
like Marie Curie or something.
Yeah, I have failed you. Oh man.
So at that point, I was thinking, okay, I'll just skip the movie and catch a ride with one of our other friends and just go to the party.
Hmm.
But I was in the shower and I was like, no, fuck it. I've waited 6 years for this movie. I'm gonna go see it in theaters.
Yeah.
So I took the quickest shower ever of my life, got out, and looked up the bus schedule for that day. And I had 15 minutes to finish getting ready and get to the bus stop in time.
Holy
And
shit.
by God, I made it.
Did you just like run down the street? Was there a bus stop near you?
There's a bus stop near me, but I still
Oh
kind of had
god.
to haul ass.
Yeah. Fuck, dude, you had to get your rollerblades on.
I made it. I
You
fucking
man.
made it.
That's fucking awesome. That was a great series of events.
And I think the walk to the actual mall was more tiring than getting from the bus stop to my house because
Oh man.
the bus stop is like on the complete opposite side of where the movie theater is.
Mhm.
So I practically had to walk the whole mall to get to
Ooh.
the theater.
Holy shit, dude. And that's a big mall.
And the funniest shit is that I got there before our friends who ordered a Lyft did.
And who live around the corner.
Yes. They
God.
they live like 3 minutes away by
They
car,
all work there.
and I still got there faster than them. I was waiting for them and texting them.
Holy shit. All right, I gotta ask, what is the story of that like security camera footage of you like sitting on the chair? How the fuck did you get that photo?
Okay, so for people who don't know, at our theater, like there's like a mini arcade there. It has like five shitty little machines,
Yeah.
and one of them is like this photo booth thing, and it has a screen on the outside, and it'll give you previews of what the photos would look like, and it filters
Whoa.
through, and it has like different filters and stuff, and it cycles them randomly. And I noticed it was taking pictures of me, so I thought, oh cool, I'll wait for the next one, and then I'll take a picture of myself.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that the next photo it took of me was with the bat mitzvah filter on it.
Oh my God. Wow. God, that was so fucking funny. I was like, it looked like you like one of the 7-Eleven security cam footage.
Because, okay, I was waiting for it to take my photo again because I wanted to like smile or something, but I got distracted on my phone. So, for the viewers at home, the photo is literally just me sitting on the bench, looking down, texting on my phone, and then on the photo is like a black and white filter, and there's a pink Star of David on the top, and on the bottom in pink cursive writing is bat mitzvah.
God, that is so fucking funny.
I think it's the funniest photo of me ever.
I was so bewildered when I saw that. I was like, how the fuck did you get that photo? Like, did you fucking like set your? How the fuck does that even work? Dude, I had COVID brain at the moment. I was flabbergasted.
That makes it so much better knowing that you had like a 500-degree fever and you were puzzling over how I got that photo.
The thing is, that fucking COVID was like a 3-day COVID, and it felt like a cold, which was so fucking weird. But I'll get into like the worrisome parts of it, like towards the end of your FNAF day, because shit gets wacky after that. Anyways, how was your FNAF day? How was the movie?
It was kind of dead there, to be honest.
What?
Yeah.
Was there any FNAF cosplayers
No.
other than Palsy?
Other than the friends I went with, no.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking mad. I've met all fucking sorts of people, and they're like, "Oh, FNAF movie." I'm like 14. They're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "God, no." Fucking. I had one friend basically just describe the whole movie to me on a phone call. And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't like this, I didn't like that." But I ain't gonna say who, but I fucking I had to put my phone away from my head because they were just dropping the whole fucking plot of the movie.
If it's the
And then
friend, I
I
think
was like,
it,
I was like, dude, I haven't seen the movie yet. It's like, oh.
If it's the friend I think it is, I think we might have to schedule a friendly little fist fight, cause
Like,
I
they
like
they
the
also did
movie.
say like FNAF fans will like it.
Yeah, I like the movie. It
I'm a
was
FNAF
nice.
fan.
It was fun.
Was it
I
a horror
liked
movie?
it.
I've heard it's not a horror movie. It's more of a beautiful coming of age movie.
As horror as PG-13 can get, it's definitely not a coming of age movie. I don't know who told you that.
Okay, I don't know where I heard that from then.
Yeah, it's definitely not a coming of age.
Ah,
That would be so funny though,
also,
like an indie coming of age boyhood movie, but with the FNAF
yeah.
characters.
Oh my god. Fucking. Was that? I sent you guys a picture because Halloween was also like in a few days. There was like a photo of like this blonde white lady, just like with the most like sad fucking pathetic stare I've ever seen in my life. And it was like kids don't trick or treat anymore, or like when the trick or treaters come to your door and they just hold their bag out and look at you like this.
The white woman jump scare
Was that
screenshot.
Vanessa?
Yeah, that's Vanessa.
Okay, so was that a screenshot from the movie?
I genuinely do not remember that what the context of that scene was.
That's fucking yeah, but
I,
it's
I,
also very true because kids this fucking year did not say trick or treat, which was horrifying.
dude, there weren't even any kids coming to my house on Halloween.
What the fuck? We had thousands this year. Our neighborhood's a retirement neighborhood. Now it's not anymore. So we ran out of candy. We had to give random shit to them. I was
Okay,
giving bones and shit to them.
I was meaning to ask you about that. What were you giving them if you didn't have candy?
Okay, so jumping, going off track from the FNAF movie, you'll have to tell about the party afterwards. But fucking all right. So we never really get that many kids. We've been getting more kids each year, but like not as many as like you know we usually expect. So we usually just got like one small bag of fucking candy.
Like
This
not
year,
exactly like the rich neighborhoods.
like at one point we kind of were that neighborhood. We were like a retirement neighborhood. We had like tons of old people, but nowadays, like you know, it's been 20,000 years since I've been in this neighborhood. I'm a grown ass man now, but now the kids that I wish I could have played with as a kid, now they're all in my neighborhood and they're coming to our doors and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? So we had so many kids, we eventually ran out. We were literally that house giving you one piece of candy because we had to fucking spare that candy. Eventually, at one point, I was like, fuck, we're out of candy, and there's 1,000 kids down the street. We saw it, and it looked like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It was insane.
Like, was there
I
a
was like, holy
line?
shit.
Were you one of those houses that had the line forming?
Yes! It was fucking horrifying. And I had a fog machine, which was fucking awesome. I felt very proud of that.
Was this the first year you had the fog machine?
It was!
I'm so
Also,
sad I'm so sad I couldn't see it in action.
it was so fucking cool. Also, it was very... As a film student, fog machines are very popular, I'm starting to learn. Which makes me feel very powerful. It is currently on loan right now. But anyways, yeah, we had the fog machine going, and so we were running out of fucking candy. Eventually, we ran out. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck are we gonna do? We have thousands of kids here, and we still gotta like give them away. So I was looking around like our big Halloween table inside, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start giving these kids like skeleton bones and like skulls and shit now. So I just grabbed like 30 fucking bones we had, like little fucking like finger bones and shit. I was just like, all right, happy Halloween. Here's a bone for you. Or like when the kid came out to the door and have like a fucking Lego piece or some shit. And I just like put my entire hand in their bag and just go, here you go. Oh my god. Also, my Halloween fucking costume went hard as hell. I can brag about it because no one saw it. Oh.
Um, yeah, so that's kind of crazy to think about. It was a retirement neighborhood, but then now it's just booming with kids.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful in a sense. Like our neighbor across the street, like they're just like a little kid my age, and I fucking like I know I would have been friends with them if I was like 6 years old again. But like, it's crazy because like neighbors and shit, like we still have the same like old retirement neighbors, but like nowadays, like the neighbors across the street, well, one of them killed a fucking college professor, went to prison. They all moved out. And now they have a beautiful, loving family there that moved in. They're super nice, and I gave them squishmallows and like, and they're really nice.
Yeah, it's a typical turnover for a house. Murder.
Yeah, yeah, murder, cold-blooded murder in the middle of a college street campus. But not to dwell on that story. Dear Lord,
We're dwelling on it. Moment of silence.
God, rest in peace, college professor. I don't exactly remember your name, but you were very beloved at that college. I'm very sorry that happened. Anyways, yeah,
Anyways,
my neighbor,
Halloween.
yeah, Halloween. So that was very fun. And despite me not really doing much, I still had a good time. I
Oh
went to
yeah,
class that
the
day. I got free Italian ice. It was good.
the reason you brought up that story was because of that meme. Kids don't even say trick or treat anymore. They just stare at you like this.
Yeah, like just the most sad, fucking pathetic thing. Like, give me candy.
I remember you guys were talking about it in the chat that the ones who were giving out candy trick or treating, they noticed that none of the kids were saying trick or treat.
Yeah, it was mean. It was really fucking weird. Like, all right, I feel like okay. I'm glad it wasn't just like a me thing because I was starting to like fucking question myself. I was like, well, I like to put on a show wherever I go, where when I work, when I'm on film sets, really whenever I'm talking. So like when the kids were walking, I was like, "Whoa, happy Halloween! Yay, look at them!" But like maybe I cut them off. But at the same time, aren't you supposed to say the line?
I I like to imagine that you were so flabbergasted that you were gaslighting yourself to the point where you were like, is trick or treat even a phrase? Like, did I make that up by
Yeah,
myself?
that's what I was saying. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Maybe I'm like putting on the showman fucking too much. But at the same
Like
time, why the fuck are these kids saying the thing?
like you're doubting there was even a phrase you say at all.
Like my parents said that like they heard a few kids say it, a few, which is concerning.
Okay, you're not the only one because I went trick or treating with my brother on
Yeah,
Halloween. He was he didn't say it either, but to be honest, it's him, like it makes sense.
I gotcha. Yeah,
But for other kids, I don't think I heard anyone say trick or treat.
that is so fucking weird.
And it was
That's
so
so creepy.
awkward. It was so awkward because I think I was the only one who was saying trick or treat.
What the fuck? Okay,
Like
like
we like me and my brother would like tag along with like a group of kids walking up to a house, and if that entire
yeah,
group, I'm the only one who says trick or treat.
like
And I'm
oh
the
god.
and I'm the 21-year-old wearing a bear mask as my costume.
Oh, the OG FNAF one?
Yeah,
No way.
the knockoff one I got for that
I
one
remember
orchestra
that in like
concert.
fucking seventh or eighth grade.
Yeah, my stepdad wanted me to wear it because the FNAF movie came out.
That's cute. Fucking appropriate. Hell yeah.
Dude, that was kind of fun because I had my mask. My brother was dressed up in the diamond armor from Minecraft, and
Oh fuck yeah.
we took one of the dogs who was dressed up as a hot dog.
Yo! You had the whole ballpark. Nice.
We took little Fiona.
That's a beautiful story. Oh, little Fiona. Oh, Fiona. God.
Stop! I forgot about that song.
You, the
Okay.
way you touch my heart.
I still can't believe that Prince Gumball is Neil Patrick Harris.
No
Makes a lot
way.
that makes a lot of sense now that I know.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, holy shit. Oh man. Yeah, I saw a lot of memes like, oh, there's no one trick-or-treating in my neighborhood, but it's like, you know, I feel like this just depends on where you fucking live. Because, like, if my neighborhood, my boring ass, like, I did that. I had a fucking boring neighborhood that had no trick or treaters before it was cool. I fucking hated Halloween until, like, the past, like, few years.
Your boring ass suburban neighborhood got an influx of trick-or-treaters.
It got an influx and I became cool. I became a cosplayer and many things. But, like, yeah, no. I feel like that's one of the things that made Halloween a little bit more enjoyable for me, not gonna lie. Because, like, my neighborhood was very, very, very boring. Also, I could not eat anything. I'm allergic to fucking wheat.
You're,
Like
you're yeah, you're literally allergic to every single Halloween candy I could think of.
everything's got wheat in it. Fucking hell.
For the people who don't know, Steven has celiac disease.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. I don't. There's people I know listening to this. I do not have celiac disease.
I was just thinking right now, like someone's gonna go back in the episodes and find an instance of him eating wheat or gluten.
Yeah. Oh, remember that time he was eating a muffin sandwich?
We've definitely talked about you eating burgers at restaurants. People are gonna catch on.
Yeah, the Fuddruckers episode.
He doesn't have celiac.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's
I
a
think I
kid.
fucked
Let's poison
I,
him.
I think I fucked it up too. Celiac is allergic to gluten, not wheat.
I thought that was like anemic or some shit.
No, celiac means you can't eat gluten, so like bread and
Oh,
stuff.
sounds like a hardcore word. Celiac? Sounds like a fucking Pokemon.
It it does sound hardcore.
It sounds. It has the word
Mean
"ack" at the end.
Meanwhile, it's one of the most like debilitating digestive diseases ever.
Good lord, yeah, no, not fun. I
Like
cannot
there's
imagine.
some like there's some people who've had to go vegan because of their celiac.
God, poor folk. Hot diggity damn.
Anyway, Halloween.
What did you
Yeah,
do that day?
it wasn't just us who experienced that, like, oh, where's the trick-or-treaters and why aren't they saying trick-or-treat? Like, I've been seeing reels on Instagram with people having the same issue.
It's like I
Like,
will say, I don't think Halloween's gonna go away. Anyone who says that, that's fucking stupid.
I
I
think it's
think
just gonna
Halloween's
change. It's
like
gonna
I want
change
to.
slightly.
It's gonna change slightly, and there's like just as many fucking creeps out there were as there were in the '70s. First off, the '70s. Do you know how many fucking serial killers were on the loose? God damn! Holy shit!
And and also, the parents weren't exactly great in the 70s either. Look at that A
Right.
plus parenting.
And yeah, like I think Halloween's always going to be around. I don't think it's going to go away. I want you to realize that, you know, it might look different because you're growing up, but that doesn't mean Halloween can't be fun. Because, you know, you can put on a movie or you can go to a party with your big boy friends. And if you're not invited, either way, you can still have fun and get in the spirit. I don't, you know, to the folks out there who don't like Halloween, I understand. I was one of those folks, but there's a lot to embrace about it. So I wish you guys the best of time because, like, it's a magical time. And if you don't like it for whatever reason, that's perfectly fine. Just try not to put others down for it, because it's seriously an amazing time.
So, how we were saying, Halloween, like, it's not gonna go away. It's just gonna slightly change.
Yeah,
Do you know what trunk or treat is?
I have never experienced it, but I've heard the phrase,
Okay,
and
so
people
a
say
lot
that's
of
ruining Halloween.
yes, that's what I was gonna ask you about because I've seen a lot of people saying that trunk or treat is the reason why there aren't a lot of trick or treaters going around the neighborhoods.
How does it work? Have you been to one?
No, well, I think so. So trunk or treat is basically like it's usually held at churches, but it doesn't have to be like a church sanctioned event. A bunch of people in the community get together. They bring their cars to like the church parking lot or wherever there's a lot of space. They
Yeah.
park their cars in like a circle, so it's like a big pit, and they bring the kids, and the kids just go around to every car and get candy from them instead of like going to house to house.
Oh, huh.
So it's cutting out the middleman. Instead of having to walk around a neighborhood, you just go to one parking lot and get all your candy there.
That sounds cool. It sounds like trick or treating either way, but like,
And
it's just
like
a different flavor.
it's not just like trick or treating. Like sometimes they have like food and like music there and stuff. Like it's just basically its own event.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Hell yeah.
Like like okay, I understand why people don't like the concept because oh, it's ruining Halloween, is taking away the point of trick or treating. But like, I understand it also from the perspective of like parents who just want their kids to be safe or who can't really walk around the neighborhoods.
Right. And either way, that's fair. I think Halloween can really be whatever you make of it, and especially like when you grow up too. Like, it's really what you make of it. Eventually, you're not going to be able to trick or treat, but you can eventually become the candy giver or the chaperone.
I mean, as long as everyone's having fun, who cares?
Yeah, there's no such thing as ruining Halloween. Things are changing. You're never going to have the same Halloween as you had as a kid. But like,
Like
that's all right.
we're never gonna have the same childhoods as we had. Like
Right. Like, I didn't have
we're
my favorite Halloween until I was 18 years old, and that's saying a lot.
like the
Like,
same like the way I grew up, like the way you and me grew up, that's not the same experience like my brother or like other kids are gonna have. Like the world changes. He cannot have the same childhood that we have. It's just not possible.
Right. And if you ask them when they're older, I more often than not, they're gonna say they had an amazing childhood, even though it's different than ours.
Yeah, just because it's different doesn't mean it's worse.
Right, exactly. It's like I know kids probably have a lot more phones and technology these days, but like, 10 years ago, we were still kind of doing the same thing. We were still on our phones, our Kindles, the fucking Angry Birds. Now, sure, they were a lot more primitive, but like I was still playing fucking COD Zombies and fucking going online all day. Like,
Dude,
I don't know.
I carried my tablet around with me everywhere and I was illegally downloading music at every Wi-Fi hotspot I could get to.
Yeah, like time goes on, but like it doesn't mean like it's gonna get worse for other people just because your experiences are different than them.
And like, isn't that the point of like raising kids or even having kids in the first place to give them better things than what you had?
Right. Like, exactly. Just like give them better experiences and, better times, but while also like embracing like what they're used to and accustomed to.
Yeah, like just getting with the times basically. And
Yeah,
even
get
if you
with the
don't
times,
understand
old man.
and even if you don't understand it, don't put them down for it.
Right. It's like, oh man, you didn't find a fucking razor blade in your fucking can, dude, or you found a fucking Glock in your fucking chocolate Toblerone. I found a razor blade.
I got a rock.
I got a rock. I got fucking sand. I got a cup of sand. Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
I think one of okay, have you seen the memes where it's like the Photoshop memes where people are like, "Oh, we put out scrambled eggs for trick or treat," or put out a
Yeah.
potato for trick or treat.
Yeah, and the kids go ape shit. Like, dude, I was telling my parents, they're like, why the fuck are you giving them bones? But kids love the bones. They're gonna be talking about that shit. Like, oh look, I got a bone,
I think my
and the
favorite one of
kids
those
were
memes, my favorite one of the memes is the one where it's like,
ragoons.
"Please, only one scoop of scrambled eggs per child."
I like the fucking ragoons one. That was really funny.
Crab Rangoons is really good too. I like,
Or like the fucking bag of Sprite.
dude.
Please one sip.
I would go ape shit if someone gave me crab rangoons as a Halloween treat.
Dude, that'd be fucking awesome, dude. I loved home cooked foods. That shit rocks.
Dude, oh my God. Okay, I don't think you could experience this because of your allergies, but when I was younger and we'd go trick-or-treating with my cousins, there'd be people in the neighborhood who'd give you cupcakes.
Whoa, really?
Like whole frosted cupcakes.
That rocks. Holy shit.
And
Damn. Were they
I
good?
can't, dude, yeah, they were really good.
Fucking A!
Like, I don't think, okay, I'm never gonna experience that again, getting a cupcake and then rushing to the next house and scarfing down that cupcake as fast as I could so I wouldn't have to carry it around with me the whole time.
God, that's amazing. That's a magical time. It's like getting fucking like a bottle of Coke for Halloween.
Nowadays, the most we get outside of like candy is like bags of popcorn or chips. It's still good, but like I don't think we're ever gonna get the cupcakes ever again.
Right. Were you on class that day? On Halloween?
Yeah, I had class that day.
Did you have any interesting things going around that day? Any
Um,
costumes, any things, any
dude,
candy?
dude, I saw someone dressed as Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Holy shit, that's hot. That's so cool.
And it was so funny because I've seen that kid before. I've never talked to
Oh
him, but
my
I've seen him
god.
around. He literally already looked like Roderick.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
All he needed to do was put on the loaded diaper shirt, and that was it. His costume was done.
That's amazing. Wow.
It was so funny. I had to like hide my smile when I walked past him. It was the best
Oh my
fucking
god.
thing.
Wow, that's sick. Hell yeah.
What else? There were other interesting costumes, but like the whole day, all I could think about was that guy who dressed up as Roderick.
That's the costume that stuck with you. I'm
I
so
think
mad because
some
someone in the hallway was like, I saw Ice King. I'm like, where the fuck is he? And I ran out and he was gone.
was he ever really there?
He was just Simon. He was just some fucking 56-year-old man. Good
I
Uncle
think
H, by the way.
I. How old is he?
56.
Really?
Yeah,
50. I thought he was younger, to be honest.
I know, right?
56?
He even says it in like the Simon and Marcy, like, "You will never harm a 7-year-old girl and a 56-year-old man
Oh
again."
yeah.
No, no, no. He's
Wait,
47.
40.
But wait, hold
See,
on, hold
yeah,
on. Simon and Marcy
yeah.
says he's 47, but by the time Fiona and Cake happens, he's like 57, I think.
So would that technically make him like 1,057?
Oh yeah, that's true. Shit.
I'm really curious. What is his canonical birthday? Like, when was he born?
Yeah, when the fuck was he born? I don't know. Okay, he's like 60 or 63 by like the time Fiona and Cake happens. That's why he's gray.
Yeah.
Dude, did you ever see like the two different versions of the Simon Petrikov? Like, there was a teaser image for Fiona and Cake, like where his like grain it was like completely different to his final design.
Yeah, I noticed. I was looking at that. Like, he looks slightly different.
Like his hair was like grain at like the ends of it instead of like the big one beautiful silver.
Yeah, I'm guessing like they were still kind of like in between designs, so they just pumped out what they had.
I like how Fiona barely even wore the fucking classic outfit. She wore like a fucking like crop top and a fucking. There's a reason behind it, but like I kind of fucking dug it.
Stuff like that is how we got Blue Shirt Bart.
God, yeah, you're right. Blue shirt Bart on every single piece of merchandising from 1989.
And everyone is confused why there's a Mandela effect of having Blue Shirt Bart when he doesn't wear a blue shirt in the show.
Yeah. God. All right, where were we? We were talking about like
Halloween
mandala.
at school.
Yeah. For me, I went that day. I will say I was likely negative that day because
Like,
I'll get into
like,
like the lore of it.
like in your mood or in like your COVID.
COVID.
Oh,
So I went that day. I went as a cyberpunk pirate, which was so fucking cool. I was very, very proud of that outfit. It's a shame no one got to see it, but well, the folks in class did. I went to class. God, there was some. I loved. I'm a film student, and film students are drastically different to art students, and like they both act very similar, but like they dress completely different. Film students dress like business students, and art students dress like art students.
like
So every single kid in that class had fucking costume on practically.
we have our own niche in a way.
Right, and I fucking love the art kids because they dress up. First off, I saw a fucking Greg from over the garden wall in the hallway.
Oh my
Practically
god,
love at first sight. She was so fucking nice.
that's so cute.
I walked out and was like, Greg? And she was like, yeah. I was like, oh my god, your outfit's awesome. When we talked about the show for a second. Very
If I ever
lovely.
if I ever cut my hair short in time for Halloween, I should dress up as Sarah.
Yeah, that'd be great. I've always wanted to go as Wirt. I want to try and make his outfit. I love
Or
big baggy outfits.
are you gonna get the teapot to go over your head?
No, that's Greg. You know, I should have asked that girl how she had got the fucking teapot in her head.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so Wirt is the bigger brother and Greg
Yeah,
is the little one? Okay, I
yeah,
got them
Greg.
mixed up.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to make a Wirt costume. I like his fucking like Civil War nurse's coat.
Yeah, his costume seems easier to do than Greg's.
But also, how do you make that giant cone? I don't know. Like
Paper,
his
just
is
like
just
he did.
no, that was actually a Christmas hat that he cut off the ball and the fucking rim around.
Oh yeah.
Like the final episode. But yeah, no, very nice. In class, there was some fucking very fun outfits. There was a guy I've never seen this skit before. It was some guy like from an SNL skit like called something Pumpkins or something, Jack Pumpkins or I don't know. It was just some guy in a pumpkin tuxedo. I had this one dude. His name is Albert. He was very cool. He's very much a fucking animation theater kind of kid, and he went as Gwen Stacy. Very
Oh
cool.
really?
Yeah, he fucking rocked it, dude. He pulled it off. Uh, there was me, cyberpunk pirate. And I felt so fucking bad, but like it blew my mind when I figured it out. This girl went in like as a cowgirl, and I'm like, oh, she's like, guess who I am? And I'm like, you look like that one lady from Overwatch, because she looked just like her. And then she came back and she pulled up the mask, and it was Dennis from the SpongeBob movie.
Oh my god.
She was so fucking cool. I was like,
The the bounty hunter?
the fucking. She had made like the little knife around her neck too. It was so fucking awesome.
Did she
Hold
have
on.
spiked boot? Did she have spiked boots? Please tell me she had spiked boots.
No, she tried to, but she had the giant ass boots too.
Ah,
Hold on, let me see if I have the photo. That shit went so fucking hard, dude. It was insane.
if I'm ever gonna put work into a costume, I should do that. Dennis sounds so cool as a costume.
Dude, she fucking rocked it. And then my friend, hey Raggles, if you're listening to us, she went as Wario.
I saw her story. It was really funny.
Fucking A.
Didn't her partner dress up as Waluigi too, or another Mario
Yeah!
character?
Rick! Oh man. Here's the one cosplay she went as. She even had the belt.
Oh my god, that goes so hard.
I know, like, it took me a second, and then she pulled up the mask. I'm like, oh my god!
Oh,
Fucking awesome.
It's David Pumpkins. That's who it
Yeah,
is.
David Bumpkins. Yeah, you know him.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god,
god.
the Gwen Stacy looks really good too.
I know he pulled it off. He had like a fucking flannel. He's like, I gotta go give a presentation after this, so I gotta put this like, I gotta hide this shit. He was wearing fucking like slacks. Oh my god. But no, Dennis. I don't know if you've ever had one, but I barely just tried it then. She was talking about it like a little earlier. But a popcorn ball. Have you ever had one of those?
Dude, that's what I was talking about earlier, how the stuff we get outside of candy is mostly popcorn and chips.
Yeah. No, I never had a popcorn ball until that. Man, it was love at first bite. Very
Dude,
yummy.
the popcorn balls were so good.
I was mind blown. I thought it'd be like salty, but no, it was like Rice Krispie.
Okay, have you ever had popcorn in a glove?
No, what?
So like, have you ever like seen in food service how they'll have like those plastic gloves like they wear for like food handling?
Yeah,
So people buy those and they fill the glove up with popcorn and
that's cool.
they give them out as popcorn hands.
Yo, that rocks. That sounds like something you get at Glove World.
Yeah, it definitely. Oh my! I never even thought of that. That's definitely something they'd sell at Glove World.
What a fucking like product in that series, Glove World. Glove.
Don't
You
they
know,
make
someone's
the
probably, huh?
Don't they make the gloves only 4 fingers too to keep in line with the
Yeah.
continuity?
You know, I bet there's like a theory out there, like, hey,
Hey guys, I'm gonna be making a theory, a SpongeBob theory. You know why it's called Glove World? Well, because plastic byproduct ended up in the ocean like straws, and that's why there's so many disposable gloves in the ocean. They just made a theme park around it.
like, shut the fuck up, man.
Dude, dude, I have to tell you, I I I went back to the skin theory video.
Oh my fucking god.
I was planning to watch the whole thing, but I got distracted because I saw a comment from the creator.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of ruined the illusion of skin theory. Let me pull up the comment really quick,
Oh,
because
it's gonna ruin it for me too.
I don't think
Ruin
so.
it for me.
I think it's mostly just a me problem. Okay, so
Alright.
for anyone who doesn't know, there's an infamous video on YouTube with 9.4 million views
It's his
that was
only video too.
yeah, that was uploaded 4 years ago from Doug Woolever, his only video ever, SpongeBob SquarePants Skin Theory. And the reason this video is so popular is because the video starts out okay, like he has an okay theory, but once he starts listing out like his evidence and like his reasoning for some of the stuff, it kind of starts to fall apart. But
It gets
it's
really
still
stupid. That's it.
it's but like it's so interesting because he's so confident about
He's
this.
so passionate about it, but at the same time, it's like, at some point, it's like, it just snaps in you, and you're like, what the fuck am I listening to?
You literally snap out of the illusion.
I made it like 40 minutes in, or like 30 minutes in. I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to?
I think that's how long the general consensus is. Like once you get like a half hour or 40 minutes in, it all starts to fall apart.
It's like fair up until that point. but like he starts getting like, it's so weird. But all right, what's the comment say?
So 2 years ago, he came back and left a comment that he pinned, and okay, thanks for watching. Allow me to answer a few burning questions so that I can finally fade back into the warm embrace of obscurity. I made this video because I randomly came up with an idea and I enjoyed the video editing process. That's point one. Number two, it took somewhere between 100 and 200 hours spread across 3 months to research, write, record, and edit the video.
Holy shit!
Number three, he appreciates all the subs and comments but has no plans to do more videos or anything. Number four,
200 hours.
Number four, he might make another video, but it won't have anything to do with SpongeBob. And the fifth point kind of ruined it for me. If you can't tell whether Skin Theory was meant as a satire or not, good.
What?
That kind of ruined it for me because the video is so much funnier when you think about it as a guy who like full-heartedly believes this.
Dude, no fucking way he would put 200 hours and put all that fucking effort into that shit for it to be satire. No, that guy just put that in there. It's a comment update too. This guy was fucking like, no, it's satire. This guy's self-doubting himself, Sophia.
It really did feel like he was kind of backpedaling after he saw the response, like, "Oh, people are calling me a dumbass."
Cause he what? But it's a video I recommend giving 1/3 a watch to.
Okay, Skin Theory. Have you heard that stereotype where like if you say like complete misinformation, like you're spewing lies, but if it's from someone who sounds confident or has a British accent, like it makes it sound like it's the truth.
Like me?
Yeah, like if you're confident enough, you can get away with spouting lies and people will believe you.
I work in retail. I can say whatever the fuck I want. People will believe me. I have a kid and 2 cats. I don't.
Skin Theory is a really good example of this phenomenon. He sounds so confident in the beginning that you're kind of like, okay, I can see where he's getting at. But like 40 minutes in, it starts to fall apart.
Right? It's like, all right. I think I've
cracked the code.
Guys, I have a theory. I can't believe it was in the fucking movie. Hey everyone, spoilers for the FNAF movie. I've been spoiled so you don't have to. But that's just a theory.
We're gonna have to put a FNAF spoiler in the video title.
Too fucking lazy. It's a season finale.
Can we just name the episode FNAF spoiler?
Yeah, I'll fucking find the exact time chart.
No, like the title is just FNAF spoiler.
Alright. FNAF spoiler. We gotta see that movie. You and the Skywitch gotta join me for a viewing. I'm finally free now.
I have to I'm gonna sit in the theater for another 2 hours.
Would you see it again?
Yeah, I'd see it again.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
I especially want to see your reactions to some of the scenes.
That's alright, I like that. I like when people say, I want to see your reaction to things. I feel special when they say that.
Especially to the fort scene.
I want to know what the fuck the fort scene is. I've asked everyone, they're like, oh, I like the fort scene. I'm like, oh my god, just fucking scream at me.
The context is so funny, you need to see it.
Like, I have a very rough idea of what it is.
Okay.
Sophia, do not confirm or deny anything right now. But,
okay.
And don't even make a peep. Don't even fucking blink when I say this. But from what I can tell, and given the context clues, forts are something that children built, and the children are inside the thing. Eventually, the movie becomes less of a scary movie, but it becomes more of a, we gotta rescue these dead children inside the thing. And judging by the trailers, there are like children involved with it. So eventually, at one point, there's a mutual understanding between Vanessa, the child, the Mike, and the kids. So they all come together and have a slumber party of some sorts and make a giant fort with these giant Jim Henson's animatronics and have a good time. But this is my personal theory. Eventually, it gets crashed by William Afton, aka Matthew Lillard, within the suit. Eventually, it ends with Matthew Lillard being revealed to either the cops or the Beast, and then he gets thrown in the broom closet and he rots for 20 years, waiting for FNAF 3. I don't fucking know. Do not confirm. Do not deny. You may giggle. You may laugh.
No idea how hard I was holding back. I was literally biting. I was biting my tongue not to say anything.
Oh my god!
I was covering. I was covering my mouth.
Yeah. What? No, seriously, that's given from all the context clues and like minor descriptions of what the fort scene is.
Let's make a bingo card and see how much of it you get right.
I probably got like a full fucking like Connect 4 on that shit.
So, completely unrelated, but I've been seeing a pretty funny phenomenon with the FNAF movie.
Yeah.
So, the guy who plays Mike, Josh Hutcherson, the actor.
The guy from Zathura.
From what?
Zathura, the sequel to Jumanji.
Was he in that?
Yeah, he was the kid. But go on.
He was also from Hunger Games, but anyway.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of thirst traps of him because of the movie.
Too. Good for him.
And it validated me so much because I thought I was the only one. But then I started seeing the thirst traps and I was like, and the fan cams, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Do you think he is attractive?
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Like, at certain points throughout the movie, I was like, why is he kinda...
Ooh, you're biting your lips and shit. Like, ooh, shit. Look at Mike.
Like,
I've also started seeing clips of fucking, like, William Afton be like, alright, Mike, you ain't got many options here, and judging by your track record, this is the best you got. No hours, this is dog shit. You're gonna have to spend 5 nights at Freddy's.
He says the line.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was younger, I read the Hunger Book, the Hunger Games.
You mean the Martha Stewart cooking book?
The Hunger Books. We should call cookbooks that now, the Hunger Books.
Man, I gotta get one of my Hunger Books out. I'm getting hungry. The Hunger Book.
Shut up. Okay, I read the Hunger Games. I read the books, but I never saw the movies, so I never had my Josh Hutcherson phase where I had a crush on him. I don't know which is more embarrassing, if I would have crushed on him during the Hunger Games era, or that I'm crushing on him now during the FNAF era.
Interesting. Did he play his role well? Did everyone play their roles well?
Let me... Except for some minor characters, yes, I think everyone played their roles really good.
Did Matthew Lillard play as well?
I love Matthew Lillard. He was the best actor, I think.
Really?
I loved him so much. It was so funny.
I like the way he speaks. Like, I haven't seen many films with him just speaking casually, and it's really fucking bizarre seeing him like, alright, I'm gonna be with you, man. The pay ain't good, but this is the best you got.
This is the second ever movie I've ever seen with Matthew Lillard, and I'm gonna give you one guess as to what's the other movie.
Spooky.
Spooky Boo.
Oh.
It rhymes with Spooky Boo.
Spooky Boo. Oh, that's fucking Raggle too.
I mean, okay, technically, if we're counting the first two movies, then FNAF is the third movie I've ever seen with Matthew Lillard in it. I haven't seen Scream. Dude, we should watch Scream to see his acting performances.
Fucking yeah, I really want to see that movie. I heard like, first off, it pipelined down from all the fucking people like with their mask kinks, and then eventually fed down to footage of Scream the movie, which I like the voice for the Scream guy. It's like on the phone. He's like, "Hey man, you want to hear a fucking joke? What do you call a cow with no legs?" That's right, under your walls.
Originator of the I'm in your walls calls.
Dead ass.
But like,
Oh,
okay, the way that people go from seeing him as Shaggy to finding out he played is it Scream spoilers? Should I tag the Scream spoilers?
I haven't seen Scream, but is he the
Oh,
killer?
yeah, he's the killer.
Really? I thought it was a lady.
I think he's the killer, or at least he mentors the killer. He kills.
Oh,
It
whoa,
bottom line, he
that's
kills in
cool.
the movie.
I did
So,
not know that.
okay, so that's the pipeline of seeing him as Shaggy to finding out that he's played a serial killer in Scream is the same way I felt when I went from Owen Wilson's comedy movies to finding out he played a serial killer early in his career.
That's fucking crazy. Whoa.
And it was actually good. I really liked Owen Wilson's more serious role as a serial killer.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is. Okay, I'm not saying this just because I have a crush on Owen Wilson too, but I genuinely think he is a good actor.
He's like Matthew McConaughey. It's a different
Like,
breed of him.
yeah, like he's in a lot of comedy films, so like it's easy to just kind of like downplay his
If you can
talent,
make
but
us laugh
like
in comedy, you can make us cry in others.
yeah, like I understand why he wants to do comedy more, but like in his more serious movies, he's amazing.
Right? Like, I didn't fucking realize till the end of Loki that he was in that show. But, like, he does really good. Like,
Yeah, like Loki,
he's snarky, but, like, I did not tell it was him.
stuff like Loki, Midnight in Paris, what was it? There was something else. But yeah, like stuff like that where he's like in more serious roles. It's great. I wish he had more serious roles.
Right?
But I understand why he wants to do comedy more. It's fun.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fun. Comedy make me laugh. Ooh. But
And
yeah,
then
no, good actor.
yeah. Uh, do
Imagine
you have
fucking he was William Afton.
I would scream. I would honest to
I feel
God
like he
scream.
could pull it off, not gonna lie.
I don't think he could pull it off.
I think he could.
I love him, but I don't think he could pull it off.
Interesting. Alright, what were you gonna say?
What was I gonna say?
You're like, I get FNAF, movie, film, school, COVID, party, uh, Halloween.
Did we run out of conversations already?
Shit, well, I gotta tell you about what the fuck I've been doing this past week.
All right, go ahead. We've run it dry. We've run the tap dry.
Nah, dude, nah. I gotta tell you about my films and shit. Okay, so the clock was ticking. Halloween had passed. I was still testing positive on the daily. I'm getting worried. I gotta fucking. The film shoots start on Thursday. It is Sunday. Things are getting scary. What do I do? I test every single day. I practically am back to normal. I just have like that like after effects of like COVID, like you got the cough and the sniffles and the tiredness, whatever. But like I can still function. I can do things. So first thing I start doing is I go into Blender and fucking design a costume piece while I'm in fucking like quarantine. That was fun. That was very fun. Everyone loved it in the end. But I had to fucking get on the crackdown. So I sat here, I roamed and I sat and I watched movies and I was like, what the fuck do I do? Things were getting close. It was Tuesday at that point. Wednesday, I had to bring the entire fucking spaceship. And by the way, the spaceship set, amazing, massive. And my dad and I had to bring it all the way over across town to the film school to fucking record it. And I gotta be negative by that point, because I'm practically the only one who knows how to operate it and bring it there. I'm getting scared. We're all getting scared. We have like that reservation for the sound stage that day. Oh fuck. Oh boy.
You're all shitting your pants.
We are shitting our fucking pants. We're terrified. Oh my god. I wake up. It's Wednesday, the fucking 1st. Halloween is over. I'm fucking distraught. Alright.
Wait, the first? Don't you mean the however many days September has?
Yeah. Fucking September 28th, I wake up that day. As every day is September 28th. I wake up. I'm sitting around. We have a couple more COVID tests left. I take the test. I'm fucking like, terrified. I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't even want to look at it. I take a quick look. Nothing. I'm like, oh, it better stay like that. There better not be no invisible fucking line. I had the flashlight out there. I'm fucking examining that shit with my microscope. I got my fucking... I'm sweating. I'm up balls. I'm fucking screaming. Oh, man. I put that shit on the timer. At that point, we're pretty much all sure I'm okay. I'm getting water out in the living room. I come back to my room. I look at the thing. It's negative. I'm saved. Next day, I have to fucking bring that set all the way over there. I write the director, we're saved. The film will live. So anyways, as that day goes on, the next day goes, my dad and I pack a fucking 4 feet by 9 feet room into our trucks. You haven't seen the film set, right? You've only seen my little snippets on my story, right?
I've only seen the clips of you and your dad building it from scratch.
It's a small room, like it's a claustrophobic set, but like if you were to say it like I made the whole thing, which is like it's insane. It's a sizable room just for one guy and a sizable amount of money to make. So we fucking bring that shit over there that like very night. We go over there and we fucking build it. I'm so fucking like we're all relieved. The director and the cinematographer over there, we're all fucking geeking the fuck out because it's so fucking cool. Because like we hadn't seen it at that point in person, only through like updates and shit, and we're just like frothing at the mouth. Next day comes, I go there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Film set's already done. I make a few little adjustments to the thing, and
Attachments.
yeah, oh, that's a good one. Write that down.
So, I like that.
I make a few little attachments to it, and from 9 to 9 o'clock at night, 12 hours, we film the entire film. And I'm done.
And now you can rest.
Not before I have to bring the whole set back! So, that very night, I will say it was a great thing. We got the fish and chip place. Like, everyone got Chick-fil-A, but, you know, food allergies and shit, so I got the fish and chip place. That's right next to the film school.
You're allergic to the chicken?
They fry in peanut oil.
I thought it was refined.
I didn't want to risk it.
It's
Or did I really
hit or
want to eat
miss.
Chick-fil-A?
There's just a giant chunk of peanuts still in there.
It's fucking... Oh, I don't know. That shit scares me. It's like, I know I can probably eat it because, like, it's refined and burnt off the proteins, but, like... That scares me still.
It literally denatured them, like that guy who got exposed to radiation and his DNA unraveled.
Right. It's like, I don't want to fucking de-ravel my DNA on the fucking spaceship. That's already another sci-fi thriller. I look like the Thing.
Get the
So anyways,
epi-square ready.
Yeah, exactly. The rectangle. So, I have a delicious fucking fish and chip meal. I get the number 2, Sophia. That's the one you get, like, with the fish and the drink and the sauces and the shrimp.
Oh my, it's so much food. I feel so greedy getting it, but it's so
I know,
good.
and it's like $11. I'm like, oh my fucking god! I had to. Everyone was eating their Chick-fil-A like just like in their hands. I brought another chair over just so I could eat it like a table.
Everyone else could like.
On set.
Everyone else could like hold their sandwiches or whatever in their hands. You needed a
Dude,
full dining table. You needed a full dining table to yourself.
And like this other fish and chip location. Oh my god! They don't actually have a like the lunch trays like the fish usually comes in. It's in a plate. Yeah, that location does it plate style. I'm like, oh my god! So I'm just fucking devouring that shit. I will say it was a bit of a bummer because we had bagels in the morning, and we had lunch at like 1:30, and then I had a fucking dinner at like 11 o'clock at night. We were very hungry by the end. We were all very tired by the end of it, but we got it done. Like, holy shit. That was a really cool film set day. Everyone was like super fucking like, oh my god, they were all so fucking nice and like fucking appreciating the set. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like a celebrity here.
Dude, I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about. Like that moment where like everything comes together and the project's finished and like everyone's just like, "Oh, thank God we got it done on time."
Dude, dead ass. Like, and like, I've been on some like a lot of like different films and shit I've worked on. Like at that point, that was like my 13th film I've been on, and despite like some of like the bullshit any other film has to go through with like the lighting and the fucking shots and the cinematography, it went really fucking well. And like, it was just such a relief because like at that point, the set was done. I had no more to build. I could just go there, operate the set, move the walls, just show them how to use it, and it felt really fucking. It felt like a really good accomplishment. I felt really fucking proud of it, and I'm very excited for you guys to see it. Now, no one in the audience is gonna see this, like unless you know me in real life, because my full name is in that thing, and my dad's full name in it, because he practically built the like half the set with me,
And your IP address
and
and
my
your
IP address,
address
and my school, and everyone in the set's name,
and your social security number
and my school's name, and the class number, and my
and
fucking
your
my vein
and your
placement, and my
and
fucking
your cat's
fingerprints.
name and your children's names and your wife's
Yeah, my
name.
Lego figures and all kinds of shit. Oh man. But I just scrolled up in the chat and saw that guy slip on the banana peel.
Which which channel?
Host general.
Oh my god, what we were talking about.
The last episode, something slips on a banana peel.
I forgot we had that conversation. Yeah, I was doing some animation work and that's when I realized a lot of people don't slip on banana peels in real life.
Yeah, there's not much reference to that.
And the references I do get, it's like staged, like it's so painfully obviously staged.
Right. Oh my God. It's like it's all set up. Like speaking of which, how's your animation classes and stuff going? I'll get back to my other. I will say once
Uh,
that film finished up, I wasn't done yet. I had 2 more shoot days for another film.
but are you done now? Did you finish everything?
I am done now. Someone did fucking ask if I can come onto their film like towards the end of this month, but like for now, I think I'm done.
As of the recording of this episode, Stephen will be going into the sarcophagus.
I will be going into my fucking chamber, my back chamber. Hey,
And
good night, Paul. Sleep well.
he will be sleeping there for the he'll be sleeping there for the rest of the year. He will only come out on New Year's Eve.
These little production design hands have to recharge. They're tired. Dude, I literally got a fucking scar from the production design of this film, the sci-fi one. I got a giant scar on my leg because I dropped the hot glue gun like right onto my leg.
You're like my stepdad who got a gash in his leg and he got stitches and he never got the stitches taken out, so it
Yeah.
just scarred.
Now he's like, I feel cool now.
No, like literally, like he picked up my mom from work and he was like, I don't feel it. It feels it kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
And then my mom looked at it and it's like a 3-inch gash on his leg.
Dear Lord. Looking like a war vet.
I don't even care if I've told this story before because it's so funny. He we dropped him off at urgent care and he went and got stitches and then we picked him up and he was supposed to go back in like 3 days later to get the stitches removed, but the entire house caught COVID.
Oh, God.
And
I'm very
what
thankful that
makes
no one in my house caught COVID this recent COVID, by the way. I was the only one who got it. I quarantined very
and
well.
and just to add salt to the wound, those 3 days in between him getting the stitches and him supposed to getting them taken out and us catching COVID, one of those days was Father's Day.
Oh, no.
And I think that's where we all caught the COVID from.
Holy shit. No. That sucks.
Every once in a while, I'll see that scar on his leg and I'll just be like, oh yeah, that's when we all got COVID.
Yeah, that's when we got the fucking blastinator.
Well, we had dogs to take care of. That's when we first got the dogs.
God. That's a beautiful thing. And so he came home, he had a fucking beautiful scar. God. That is
We had
nuts.
we had our puppies, and then we all went to sleep. And when we all woke up, we felt like shit, and we didn't know why.
Oh man. Like I feel yucky. My God. So anyways, how's your animation and shit been? How's your
I've
courses been?
been
How's drama?
for people who don't know, I've been animating a lot of Germa clips because he's very fun to animate.
Also, by the way, Sophia's like fucking like blender skills and animation skills have just like shot through the fucking roof. She's like a
Okay,
wizard now.
okay. See, the reason
But
that
she
I'm getting
also has
better at
actual like fucking school training.
okay, but see, the reason I'm actually getting better at Blender is because I found the industry controls that they were hiding
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah, the
I'm
fucking
like
Maya controls.
I'm like Goku taking off the training weights or whoever that one character is.
That guy from
Now that I
Naruto
have
or something.
yeah, like Rock Lee or some shit. Now that I
Broccoli.
have the industry controls in Blender, I can actually navigate that godforsaken program.
It's fucking. It sucks.
For any Blender users out there, I want you, native Blender users, I want you to go into Maya and try to navigate there with your Blender
Just do
skills.
this whole switcheroo.
Steven, I will bring my computer to you and I want you to figure out how to use Maya.
It's like wife swap. Here, make a sci-fi badge. God,
I feel like if I sent you just a screenshot of what the user interface looks like, you would explode.
I'd have a fucking hernia. I'd be like,
You'd
because like I'm semi decent at Blender. I'm still learning, but I
yeah.
use it just for whatever projects I need. But like,
You're
God,
really you're really good at Blender and that's what makes it funnier. I want to see how fast you can adapt to Maya.
I'm terrified because like it might either be the fucking like my training weights equivalent, or it might just destroy me. Might obliterate me from the inside out.
You're either gonna make the most beautiful, like sculpted piece of art I've ever seen in Maya, or you're accidentally gonna hit the button that closes the whole program 15 minutes
Or
in.
else I'm gonna make Cheese World again.
I love Cheese World.
Cheese World funny.
I'm still thinking
Oh
about
my
what you
God.
said. Did you call it wife swap of us using different programs?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Here's my wife, Autodesk Maya.
Here's my lucky keyboard and my mouse. That's my son.
Celebrity family swap.
Yeah, the two squatchers fucking switch keyboards and fucking 3D render software.
Um, what were we talking about? Anyway, yeah, now that I actually know how to use Blender now, it's been getting easier. It's been getting more fun. And
That's awesome.
in my in Maya, I'm in character animation right now, so we're mostly focusing on like how people move. So I found this rig called the Jerry rig, and it astonishingly looks so much like Germa.
That's
Like
amazing.
exact same hair and like almost the same facial shape.
Same
It's just
build.
it's just Germa, but if he was a Pixar character.
God, that's fucking. And you animated so fucking well. He's very
For
cartoony.
for people, for everyone in the audience, go look up Germa. You look like the yellow M&M today, and watch that clip. I animated that clip using the Jerry rig and Autodesk Maya.
Uh, that's
And
fucking fun.
the reason it looked so good in my animation is because my teacher actually taught me how to use reference video.
Yo, that's a
So,
secret.
okay, back when I was in high school, they taught us like how to import references in, like how to import videos and photos in.
Mhm,
But what they didn't tell me with video is that I would have to change the frame rate to be able to use it.
mhm.
So
Oh,
when
what?
so beforehand when I used to import videos in, the frame rate on that video would be like 29.997 FPS or some shit like that.
Mhm.
But I would be animating in 24 frames per second.
Oh,
So by the time I went to render, it would be all fucked up because it wouldn't match the video. And I didn't really realize that FPS makes a difference, so I was like, why the fuck doesn't it look the same? But my teacher taught us how to change the frame rate on our reference videos, and it made such a difference.
That's amazing. Like the
L-
secret cheat code.
Like, if you watch the original video and my animation side by side, it perfectly matches. It matches.
That's so cool. It's like fucking mocapping, but like without it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. That's sick. So bendy, and there's pea shooters. That's sick. But there was a guy. It was called the SquatchZone, and his name was Jeremiah also. But yeah, no. So, is that like for your animation class? Like, is that gonna be like for an assignment, or are you gonna like finalize it, or like render it, or like put it into like cycles or anything?
So, for that particular animation, I'm actually going to go back to that one because we're going to do like a lip sync animation. And
Oh,
if I just reuse that project, I'll already have half the work done because I already did his
dude,
body movements.
that's perfect. You just gotta animate them out then.
Yeah, that's what my teacher said. Like, he really wanted me to go back and animate the talking.
Dude, yeah, no, that'd be great. Very expressive.
Like,
Jeremiah's a very
Jerma,
powerful man.
yeah, he's such an expressive person. It's really easy to read him. That's what makes it fun to animate.
He's like a walking cartoon character. He's like a fucking a ringleader or a ringmaster.
I was in the subreddit for Germa, and people were talking about like if you were to introduce him to someone else, how would you describe his humor?
Oh shit. He's like a that deranged but really funny uncle.
I need to find the comment because it was really funny, but someone said that he's like a combination of a guy from SNL. I can't remember the name. The guy from
Whoa, yeah.
SNL and something else and the three fucking stooges.
He's like Chris Farley combined with the fucking Three Stooges in a sense.
Yeah,
Was it Chris
but like
Farley?
I'm trying to find the post, but yeah, it was so the Three Stooges took me out because it's accurate. Like,
Yeah, it really
um,
is. You got the
I'm,
angry
pre-
part, like the oh come on, Curly, what's going on? And then you have the other two stupid ones.
I'm pretty sure that like he said before that he likes the Three Stooges and that it influenced him in some way.
I wouldn't doubt he's very slapsticky. Like that time he slapped himself in the face.
Oh, that's like a perfect example of like his Stooge comedy.
Right?
Like
All
he's like
three of
those
them were enhanced.
yeah, like he's literally like those comedy trios or like comedy groups, but he's just one person.
That's amazing. He's like a fucking walking band.
He can do an entire skit by himself because he's just talking to himself.
And be all the actors at the same time.
Yeah.
With different voices and connotation. It's crazy. He's very talented. He's a very unique character.
Okay, it's been a while since I've gone through the subreddit. I can't believe someone crossed over Hannibal with Germa.
No way.
Have I talked about my have I talked about my problem with NPC Hannibal on the podcast yet?
You've told me, but I don't know about the audience.
I've definitely told you because I've been sending you the memes because it's hard to describe in words. But so NBC Hannibal is based on the book series about Hannibal Lecter, the cannibal, and it's portrayed as like this really serious drama, like with like horror and gore and stuff like that. But the fandom has baby girl and yassified it so much that I cannot take the show seriously.
Oh my
I'm
god.
I'm
For just the wrong fucking show.
I made the mistake of looking at the memes and fanfiction before I ever watched an episode of the show, and I cannot take it seriously. Like it's a serious show. Like it definitely is, but all I can think about is them uh baby girling Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter, and I just
Not Hannibal Lecter.
and they're like 40-year-old men.
40-year-old cannibal man.
Yes, literally.
Oh my god, the way he just uses his fork and knife to cut that person's liver out. Oh my god. So
That's
baby girl.
literally that's literally how people talk about them, and it's the funniest thing.
That's fucking
I
hilarious, but also horrifying for the.
I love the memes to death, but I just can't take the show seriously.
How would you feel if you like met someone who was like unironically just like that? Like they talked like a like they're like you're getting to know someone. They're very nice. Yeah, that's always the horrifying part of making new friends because they're gonna whip out one fucking offhanded comment, and it's up to you to like either go with it or just be like bewildered for the rest of your life. So,
I
anyways, they're talking to you. They're like, "Oh my god, have you seen that new Hannibal Lecter show?" And you're like, "Yeah, I've seen it." And they're like, "Oh my god, he's so baby girl. I just love the way he sucks that person's intestines like a Fruit Loop straw." It's like, wow. It's like, what the fuck? What do you say?
I want to be I want to be friends with them. I wanted to meet someone who's a Hannibal fan like that for
In
so
real
long.
life?
I want to have a conversation with them.
You know what? Same here.
Like, uh, and okay, another layer to add on to it too is that the guy who plays one of the main actors, he's British, but he does an American accent for the show.
Typical, yeah.
I've watched interviews with him where he's speaking with his normal accent. So, since I know what he sounds like, I can definitely tell that he's forcing the American accent in the show. So that
Is he
just
forcing it hard?
yeah, you can kind
Oh
of tell.
no.
Okay, okay, he does it good, but I think the problem is just that I know what his voice sounds like. So I'm just like,
Right.
this
You
is
could tell
this is
he's
kind of
acted.
yeah, like I can tell, this is kind of uncanny valley.
It's like it's not real.
Like
I know this isn't real, but what did I eat?
like okay, you don't know who Hugh Dancy is at all. I feel like if I showed you a clip
Nope.
from Hannibal, you have no idea that he was originally British.
Yeah.
Like
No.
I definitely think if I showed you a clip from Hannibal and I told you one of these people is British and you have to tell me who, I don't think you'd be able to tell.
Hmm.
But anyway, yeah, NBC Hannibal, Baby Girls Forever.
Baby girls forever. Booyah kacha. What a fucking show to baby girl.
Oh, I found the comment. I found the Reddit comment
Holy
about
shit.
Germa. Okay, so someone said, honestly, the combination of three styles of comedy as disparate as Tim and Eric, Adam Sandler, and
Adam.
the three goddamn Stooges is pretty much an explanation in its own right for how unique his style of comedy is.
The Adam Sandler one goes insane. He's like a refined Adam Sandler.
I pretty much.
Like it's like you put him through the rock tumbler.
I really like this post because okay, the original question was what are the well-known comedians or entertainers comparable to Germa? Do they exist?
Oh
And
yeah.
they brought up the same point that I did. As a solo streamer, he is simultaneously the straight man and the funny man.
He's the good and the bad cop all at the same time.
Someone said Eric Andre, and I can definitely
Eh,
see that.
I can kind of see it, yeah. At least just like the strange, bewildering parts of like his interactions, at least.
I think the more bewildering parts come from chat more than Germa, like with Peep the Horror.
Oh yeah, like fucking one guy.
Like, Peep the Horror is definitely something I could see as a bit on Eric Andre.
Definitely. You know, with that one guy's fucking like Jerma burned into the screen and shit, bit being
Yeah.
fake. I
Yeah.
wonder how many of those fucking like one guy moments were fucking scripted, or like
Oh, I wouldn't doubt if it's like 60%, because a lot of people are forcing one guys just to be the one guy.
faked. That sucks. Like they're funny, but like they're not real. Like I'm terrified one day the fucking Pete the Horror is gonna come out as like a bit or a fake, because it's so iconic.
Like, oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's been a problem in the chat because, like, everyone wants to be the one guy. Like, they want German to read their message. So,
Hmm.
they just comment, like, the most unhinged stuff, and it ends up being more creepy than funny.
Yeah, it's like that's not really funny. Like you might get like an offhanded like comment or some shit, but like the real fucking like comedy in one guy comes from just from like, why the fuck did Jeremy just read that like I fart or some shit?
And the funniest is when he reads the comment wrong, and it ends up being objectively funnier than what was written before.
So it's like a two guy kind of thing, two guys one comment kind of situation.
Like the chat is the straight man, and Germa is like the bumbling fool whose misfortunes end up being funny.
Exactly. He's a very powerful character, very powerful being.
I like the answers for this post because like I said, people compare him to Adam Sandler, Three Stooges, Tim and Eric. I like Joe Pera. The Joe Pera answer is really good.
Who's Joe Pera?
He's this guy on Adult Swim. Joe Pera talks to you, but it's really dry humor. Like it's really, really dry humor. I
Oh,
can
yo, nice.
he's kind of a nerd. Like Joe Pera is just like that one guy who lives by himself in the cul-de-sac, and you really only see him when he goes grocery shopping or whatever.
Yeah,
It's hard to explain without showing you like a bit from Joe Pera.
nice. I'll have to give it a look.
Is Germa's comedy really comparable to Adult Swim? Because I've been seeing a lot of like Joe Pera, Eric Andre, Tim and Eric, Space Ghost. Those are all Adult Swim.
Whoa, really? Yeah. You think Jeremy will ever get like his own show? Or some kind of media?
It might be possible because he's the chief creative officer for that brand now, so it could be possible.
Oh, yeah. He knows people.
But at the same time, that's also the reason why he's kind of taking a step back from streaming because he has obligations for that company now too.
Oh, yeah. Like he wants to do more stuff on his main channel. Like he just wants to be creative either way, but like it has to be like diverted to like other mediums and shit, other
Yeah,
platforms.
he can't if he wants to do like more like high production stuff, like he can't be streaming constantly as much as he did before.
Yeah, he has to like pick his battles. Hey, I respect that. Like I saw Jeremy back in 2017, the fucking spider video, and I fucking quoted that thing to high hell. He stopped posting. I'm like, well, that's the last we'll ever see of Jeremy.
He died.
Boom, baby! He's back from the grave. He got his loot box, and he's back. He got his nerd cube. That was shocking. That was a huge fucking thing. I was like, wait, Sharma's back?
He's alive?
He's alive? He's not the funny fucking grab the auto video guy anymore?
Grab the auto.
Love that video. So fucking funny. Oh,
I
man.
wish we had more auto appearances. I love that dog.
He's a funny little dog. I love that guy. He's just hanging out.
He's literally just a guy on Derma's floor.
He's the straight guy. He's like he's like the fucking monitor of the room. He's like, yeah, I'm just making sure this guy doesn't hurt himself.
Like, okay, so since Germa can't get another person to do his skits with, Otto should be the straight man and Germa is the funny guy.
Why can't he? Is it just like not his style or?
I mean, he does that with himself already, but like, I'm just saying, like, if he ever like wants to
Oh.
do like a duo bit, he should get Otto as the straight man.
Yeah, you should put him like into like a mech suit or some shit. He's a prop-based guy.
He kind of already does that in his personal life because he told a story once about how him and his girlfriend were playing cards and Otto was sleeping next to them, and at some point they just dealt Otto in.
That's beautiful.
And they
did he
were
win?
playing the game, and they were playing for Otto and pretending
Oh
that
my
he was a
God.
part of the game, and he was just sleeping next to them the whole time.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I love the idea of like even in their personal lives, Otto is the straight man to Germa's funny.
Yeah, he's just like he's just a straight guy. He's the comedy duo. He's like the Jamie to that has Adam Savage. They're not friends. They're just acquaintances.
Why were people so surprised by that
I don't know.
with
That made me
the
sad.
Mythbusters thing?
Well, you'd assume like you're the guy you spend practically every fucking day on set with like would be your friend at some point, like Rhett and Link or like I don't know. Usually you'd assume they're like there's a reason that like they're on the show together. Like they had like, oh, like they pitched the show together, but like no, they were just brought together by the network practically.
It okay.
They
I
were just
never
two different
watched.
like walks of life.
Yeah, I never watched MythBusters. Like, uh, I never watched it on a consistent basis. So like, I wasn't a huge fan of it. So I guess it didn't shock me as much as like it did for actual fans that they aren't actually friends in real life.
Like yeah, I love that show. I watched in chem physics back in freshman year, and teacher basically was like every single day it's like, all right, I'm gonna put an episode of Mythbusters on. You write 10 facts from the episode, and that's class.
Were they your Bill Nye?
They were, and we also did watch Bill Nye, but like that class fucking rocked. I love that guy, Mr. Rickelson. He was cool. But yeah,
I guess it's just kind of interesting to me that they actually did kind of get along because wasn't one of them the other's boss before they did the show?
it might have been. Yeah, I know. I know they both worked in like different film sets as like prop guys or like set designers and shit.
I heard that was one of the reasons why they weren't friends outside of the show because they
They
worked
had
at the same company together and technically one of them was the other's boss, so it was kind of awkward when
yeah,
they first started the show.
they were two extremely different people. Like they worked in two different classes, and like they both had drastically different creative differences, which is like kind of sad, but also like I guess it's TV in the end.
Like it makes
they-
sense.
Like in the end, they were cordial, but they're not
Yeah.
friends. Which I don't know.
They're colleagues, that's it.
right, like, and that's cool, I guess.
But it's still interesting to me that they were able to get along despite that like previous experience with each other and that the network brought them together like that in the first place.
Right, it's
'Cause, like,
interesting.
Cuz like
It's just really weird.
usually with duo hosts like that, like with Rhett and Link like you said, they usually try to bring people who have really good chemistry together cuz
And like they
it make
barely even did on this show. It was kind of like the straight guy, fucking funny guy kind of bit.
well, I mean straight guy and
Like,
funny guy can work because that still counts as good chemistry.
yeah, it worked, but like it wasn't like in a genuine friendship kind of sense. It was more of a TV kind of sense. I don't know.
And that's what makes it interesting to me. Like, why did
Like,
the
it
network
worked.
bring why did the network bring these two together when they have completely different chemistry? And how did it still work?
I know, right? They were both film guys too. They're like, I know Adam. I still follow his shit till this day. He's pretty much just a prop guy now, which that's what I am, and that's fucking cool as hell. They were both like in the film industry and shit, but like, where the fuck did they find them really? Why'd they pitch the fucking prop guy to make his own show about like science and shit? Like, hey, anyone can like science, but like that almost was like really random. Who knows? Man, I should get like a show about me being like a scientist and shit, but like, oh yeah. Check out this I do have a fucking. You want to hear the second film I worked on this week? Okay, so the next film, without diving into it too much, I had basically no time to work on it. I had to sort the sci-fi film out, and I had COVID, and had one single day to make a sheet of sugar glass to smash.
Oh yeah, I forgot the sugar glass.
I had to make a fucking 18-inch by 24-inch giant sheet of sugar glass for an actor to smash through a window. I won't exactly say what the scene is, but like, I basically had to make something they could smash. So, I got the supplies. I got $30 worth of shit. I basically had 3 attempts at this because this sheet was so huge. It just drilled through the ingredients. It's I put 10 scoops of sugar, 10 cups of sugar to fucking 4 cups fucking corn syrup to like 7 cups of water to like 2/3 tartar cream of tartar. I don't know what the fuck that is, but the ingredients called for it.
Cream of tartar.
Yeah, cream of tartar. Weird as hell. And it's a powder. So I had to get this giant vat of fucking. It literally looked like molten tar pits boiling on the fucking thing, and it took like an hour to heat up because like when you're making candy glass, you have to burn off all the water. And you heard how much water I had to fucking put into that shit. So that shit took like an hour to burn off all the water. And eventually, like once it all burned off, that shit heated up like really fucking fast. Like you has to hit 300 degrees to hit hard crack stage, and then you can pour that shit into the pan. And for the record, for anyone who's a big Breaking Bad fan, that's pretty much what you do to make the methamphetamine from the show. You just put blue food coloring, you pour it into the giant pan, and then you crack it up. Now the
Wasn't there
cracking was
wasn't there a story? What's the name of the guy who plays Jesse?
Aaron Paul.
Wasn't there a story about him eating the fake meth in between takes of the show?
It, yeah, from what I heard, he was like on set. He was like, "Yo, Brian, you should have some of this shit." And he's like, "You can't just be eating. That's not real." And he was like, "No, man, you gotta try some." And he's like, "No, you can't just eat." And he was like, "Here, eat it." And he was like, "Wait, it's just candy."
Yeah, he would be offering it to anyone he could find on set. He would try to get them to try the meth.
Because it was like really good. Because it was made by an actual candy person who lives like in Albuquerque, and like they sell the actual like fucking methamphetamine or the crystal meth like right down the street from like one of the film lots.
I was gonna ask, like, did they ever do anything promotional with it? Like, did they sell blue meth as like a special for Breaking Bad?
I think that fucking Albuquerque is literally themed around Breaking Bad now. Like all the filming locations, like they fucking embraced it so much. Like the places have like memorabilia, the car wash is all themed around it now. The fucking Los Pollos Hermanos is all themed around the food. That candy shop, that's their main thing now. They have a fucking bronze statue of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman somewhere.
Like the Rocky statue.
Yes, no, literally, they have a giant fucking bronze statue of those two. It's awesome. But yeah, no, I had to make this giant sheet. So the first one, I did not make enough. I poured it into this giant ass pan. And of course, the pan was kind of concave. So when we tried to pop it out of it, it fucking shattered in like 3 different pieces and shit.
Oh.
Fuck. That shit just shattered. I have a video. Did you see the video of me shattering that piece?
No.
Really? Hold on. Let me send it to you real quick.
I don't think I did.
I posted it yesterday on my story, but here, I'll send it to you right now. Yeah, that, by the way, that piece did not get used in the end, so I just smashed it in our dumpster. Where the fuck is that video? Hold on. Ah, here we are. I'm gonna send it to you right now. 6 seconds, but it was really, really satisfying.
Oh, there it is.
She is watching the video now.
It's so gently.
And it exploded.
Like, you barely touched it with the hammer and it went cracking.
Right. Like, it was already cracked. Like, I had to glue that shit back together, and I stuck it to a piece of foam board, as you can see in the video, but yeah. So anyways, I'm like, well, shit. I have basically 3 more hours, and then I go to bed, and then I gotta do the film shoot tomorrow. So I'm like, fuck it. I make a giant fucking batch of that shit. And I put like as much fucking food coloring. It's black, by the way, so I just dump this shit in. It looks like black tar heroin. It's fucking boiling. It's bubbling. I see a fucking dinosaur crawl into it and die. And I fucking pour that shit out, and I'm like, fuck it. I'll deal with this shit tomorrow on set, and I'm either gonna blow everyone's mind by having it shatter right in front of the actor's fucking face, or I'm gonna pull this shit off and I'm gonna be the hero. The day comes. I pack all my shit up in the car. I put it in the back seat, of course. And I bring it all the way down there, and it explodes on the way. No. So I'm driving there. I am fucking scared shitless. This thing is like across town. It is past the FNAF movie mall you went to. It's like right behind it. And that's kind of far from me. I get there. I do a little bit of like art department shit. I do like a little bit of set dressing. But of course, we leave that fucking scene for the final fucking shoot, the martini shot of the day. 10 hours later. So I'm there for 10 fucking hours. I'm like, all right, my sugar glass is just sitting in the car. Yada yada. It's finally time. They call me in. They're like, all right, man, let's get you going. Let's get that sugar glass going. We have one take. I brought that other sheet just in case, like, we need to get it again. But we have one take. We have 30 minutes before we get kicked out of the studio because that's how much time we rented. We got to get this done. So I go in there. I'm holding this giant fucking pan. I'm fucking terrified. It feels like I'm holding the 10 Commandments in my hands that are about to shatter. I'm terrified. I pop that shit out, and I'm like, all right, Ruru. That is the director's name. Her name is Rue. Yeah. I'm like, all right. I pop that shit out. We fucking get it off. I peel back the aluminum, and it is perfectly intact. I'm like, holy fucking shit. It is beautiful. It is a giant, clear, black piece of fucking glass. And I just hold it. And I feel like I hold up the 10 Commandments and I announce to the world that there's gonna be fucking 10 plagues coming if this doesn't work. And I do this.
It's a promise.
And I sit on the floor and there's like the little window, like the actor's gonna break. And it is 11:11 at night. I'm like, everyone, just say a fucking prayer. Everyone, make a wish that this is gonna work. So I get the hot glue ready, right around the edge, and we just jam it to the fucking like window hole. And we wait. We tape it up. I fill it with like fog, with like my fog machine right behind it. And we have one fucking shot. We have 5 different cameras all laid around the room, like fucking every single angle of this actor gonna smash this fucking window in is going. We fucking push the thing back. It is intact. It is fucking beautiful. Let me send you a photo of it real quick. It's probably a bit of a spoiler, but hold on. Let me send it to you real quick. It is the coolest fucking, probably the coolest prop I've ever made. Not gonna lie. And there you go.
Holy shit. Why is it blue?
That's just the lighting in the room. It was a very stylized film. It was kind of like Poltergeist. But right there, yeah, that is a sheet of the glass right there. And right behind it is all the lights and shit.
Is there a face in there?
No, those are actually, well, kind of. You'll see when the film comes out. But that was very unintentional, and I think it's so fucking cool how that came out.
It generally looks like a face. It looks like a vampire is in there.
There is a face behind it, but like it does not look anything like that, and it is so fucking cool how that photo came out. So anyways, we get the shot going. We're all fucking like breathing heavily. We're terrified. We do it. The fucking actor just smashes that fucking window in. And we did it. We fucking celebrate. And then we have to get every single thing out of this entire fucking recording studio before we get kicked out. And that's my night. And that's what I've been up to. The end. I may rest now.
In the sarcophagus.
I may rest in the sarcophagus. I may finally curl up. I may finally curl up and, just be all comfy. Wait a second. Do we, the car got repoed, right?
I think so. I haven't seen it in a while.
Okay, we have a bit of a problem. Tigger was in the back seat. He was in the trunk.
What do you mean he was in the back seat?
Okay, I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm pretty sure fucking Winnie the Pooh saw it. Okay, so like, we made a deal, and I said I'd bring back like half my earnings if he gave me like $1,000, and I might have said something under my breath, and this guy, he tried to whip my ass, but like.
What do you mean you made a deal and you didn't tell me? What did you deal? What did you tell him?
Well, he gave me like $1,500 if I brought him back all the winnings from Vegas.
15? And you didn't tell me?
Well, no.
Steven.
So, I said something under my breath. I might have hinted that I was just gonna keep the money and shit, cause like, are we really gonna go back to the Thousand Acre Woods or whatever the fuck it's called? And this guy was trying to like house me and shit, you know, and needless to say, I hit him over the head with a rock.
What the fuck?
And then the car got repoed after we crashed. You know, that probably explains why. Yeah, so Winnie the Pooh tried to, you know, fight me back after he heard him banging in the trunk. Oh shit. And that's what. No wonder he fucking left on us.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
no.
wonder why. I wonder why.
Yeah, no, Yeah, I probably should have told you, Sophia. Shit.
You okay? $1,500 and murder, and you didn't think to tell me any of this?
Well, Winnie the Pooh fucking had the money. He eventually got it from my fucking hands. Like, I didn't want to fucking deal with that little guy. So he has the money. He must have, like, called a taxi or a cab or some shit. I didn't murder him. He was banging in the trunk. That. No, it's fine.
Are you sure it's fine?
It's the police station's fault. They have to deal with the Bigfoot mobile and him in the back. So hopefully they found him at that point, because I don't really know. Really, I'm really fucking thankful Winnie the Pooh didn't hear this shit, because like that's pretty.
Do
Fucking...
my ears deceive me, young Steven? Is
No.
what you say true about
Hey,
Tigger?
whoa, wait, Winnie.
Speak not, fragile
really-
mortal, for what you see is based on
Where
the
do you come from?
consequences of your actions. You have destroyed my livelihood, my friends, and my dignity. For your crimes against nature itself, I have punished you, but your feeble mind has not noticed
Where do you
yet. I will strengthen that punishment.
I swear to God, No, I was just joshing you, man. No, I'm
No,
serious.
I will not hear this. The message is clear.
Please,
What do you have to
Sophia,
say for
she has nothing
yourself,
to do with
Sophia?
this, right?
How could you support this thing?
Do I? At this point,
I don't know.
I
No.
am long
Seriously,
past
don't worry. We can make a deal.
forgiveness.
You want one of these TVs or?
A little consideration, a little thought for
seriously,
others makes all the difference. Goodbye.
Hey, wait, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Hey.
Whether Steven and Sophia will survive the rooms beyond our comprehension is far past my understanding. All I can do is wish them luck, for if they hear something down there, only God can save them then.